Hello, and welcome to the Montreal West Public Library's Tech Help video series. In this video, we will cover how to use the library's online webpage by covering the basic 3 R's: registration, reservation, and renewals, which means this tutorial is your entry point to using the library's online system. The first thing to do is open your web browser and go to the library's website. If you use a Mac, the default web browser is Safari, and if you use a PC, the default is probably Microsoft Edge or Internet Explorer. You may also use a browser like Chrome or Firefox. Whichever one you use, open a new browser window, then go to the address bar, and at the top, up here in the white space, type MWPL.ca. Hit enter and it will load you onto the Montreal West Public Library's main page. The home page displays some current news and has rows of tabs up here at the top and at the bottom for you to access more information. As I mentioned, the news is displayed up here in the center, and right now you can notice that book deliveries are continuing. It says that you can do this by emailing mwlib.requests, but I'm going to show you a better way to do this directly through this website. The homepage is also announcing that our Tech Help is available, and you can reach that here by emailing mwpl.techhelp@gmail.com. If you scroll to the bottom, you can see some of these links to things like new items, as well as services and programs that are being offered. And there's this green tab here. If you click on it, you can find instructions on how to register your account, which is what we're going to do right now. First, go to the top of the page. Look in the right corner, up here above the language bar, next to Login, you should be able to find Register Your Account in this soft gray text. Click on the words to follow the link to register your account. It will bring you to this simple page where you are asked to input your user ID/barcode. Now, if you do not know your user ID or barcode, then you will have to email the library to ask, but otherwise you should be able to do everything that I'm going to show you today all by yourself. So I'm going to show you as an example, punching in my own number. You see that my name has come up. When you type in your barcode, you should find your name and your own email address. It asks you to verify, and if you need to correct it, please click Cancel. And again, this is a time when you will need to email the library. But otherwise, you should see your own name, see your own email, and as it says, click Next to continue. On this next page, you can now choose your username and password. Pick something memorable and perhaps related to the library. I tend to use my own name if it's available, and try to pick an original password that's not used in any of your other websites, something that's also safe and memorable. And that's it. Your account is successfully registered on this page. There's nothing else you need to do except log in and begin using the website. You can log in by clicking the word login right here, or back up in the top right corner of the page, you can click the Login button at any time through the MWPL.ca website. It will ask for that newly created username and ask you for your newly created password. And that's it. Now we're logged in. And we can use the library website for its 2 core functions for users. We can request items like books and DVDs that we find through the search engine, and we can renew existing loans. Let's start with the process of making a reservation by requesting an item. You'll notice when you first log in to the default page here that it automatically loads a simple search bar in the middle up at the top. The base setting is set to search by subject, but this section can be changed by opening the drop-down menu as indicated by this little black down arrow right here. If you are looking for a general type of book, then you can use this subject search setting. As an example, I can look for science fiction, and I will be given a list of all the books of that subject. And this is a great way to discover new books. But if you already know what you want and you are looking for specific books or DVDs, then you should probably use the options that drop down here for either title with either exact match or begins with, or you can search by author keyword if you know who it is that wrote the book you're looking for. So let's go back to the basic search bar and see how that works. So if I go over here to the search terms and I start looking for an author, maybe an author with the last name of Smith, it will automatically generate all of the authors who have Smith in their name. You can see there's quite a few that you'd have to scroll through this whole list to find who you want, unless you know specifically you're looking for Smith Anne, for example. And even then, you might need to choose between Smith Anne or Smith Annette. If you're looking for somebody with a less popular name, perhaps someone like Gaiman, you'll find there's only one of them in the list. You can click their name and then click search. This search function will bring up all of the books by that author. So if you know which book it is, you can find that in the list. Or if you're just looking for something generally more by that author, you can use this as an entry point to decide which book you might want to read next by an author that has been recommended to you or by an author that you know that you like. If you only know the title of the item that you're searching for, you may find that there are actually several items with the same title. For example, if you're searching for Lighthouse, you can see that there are many different works that come up with the name Lighthouse, but even The Lighthouse, very specifically, has both the book, The Lighthouse, and the DVD, The Lighthouse. So when you're making a request, make sure that you ask for the exact item that you're looking for. By selecting the item yourself, you can be sure that you're getting what you want. And this is one of the advantages of the website over just emailing or calling the librarian and asking for a title, because there are often several options and it's always good for you to know exactly what you're getting, which is what the website offers. You can also see if the item is currently available. For example, the DVD here has 0 copies available and 1 copy that is out on loan right now, while the book has 1 copy available. So, if you're making a request and you notice that something is on loan, you can anticipate that it will take a much longer time for it to get to you than if something is immediately available. So let's see how that process looks. And right now we'll go over to this request button, and when we click on it, it pops open a new window. It should automatically fill the options for you. Typically you're only asking for 1 copy of an item, and you can choose between 2 notice options of email and phone. The email address has automatically been filled with the one that I used to create my account. But if you have another email address that you prefer, you can type that into the field here and change your email address. Or if you don't really use email, you can set it to your phone number. Then you click the Submit Request button at the bottom, and you should be notified as soon as the resource is ready for you. You can check on the status of your request by going to this cyan tab up at the top that says My File. You'll notice when I hover over the cyan My File tab, a drop-down menu appears. You can update your profile here and your account information. You can also drop down here to My Request, and this would take you to a page. Right now, I don't have any requests. I didn't submit that last one, so this page is blank. But if you're waiting on something and you want to know its status, this is where you would go. While we're here looking at My File, it's also worth taking a moment to stop and consider the fact that you can go here to My Loans, and when you click on My Loans, it will bring up a list of everything that you have out. I currently don't have any items out, but all of your books would be displayed here with the information about them, as well as their expiry date. At the very bottom, underneath the expiration date, as the very last line of text in bright blue, you can click a link to renew any loan. Again, it's displayed as the last line of text underneath your current due date, and renewing is a really simple way to avoid late fees, to indicate to the library that a book is still going to remain out in circulation, and it lets you enjoy your item longer totally guilt-free. However, you can't keep the library's items forever, which brings me to our fourth and final R for today, returns. These cannot be done online. Once you have used the website to register your account, request your desired items, and renew your loans for extra enjoyment, please return your items to the physical building and place them in the drop box, one at a time, please, to avoid damages. I hope that this has helped you to understand how to use the Montreal West Public Library's website. If you have any technical questions, please feel free to contact mwpl.techhelp@gmail.com. Thanks for your time, and happy reading!